Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Maddles and welcome to another StarCraft 2 England cast. Today guys, I've got a ladder game. It's between Classics, Remark, who is of course the red Protoss player in the lower right position. He's up against Shen, the blue Terran player in the top left, and that means this is a PvT. And that should be good fun because I really like PvT. It's one of my favourite matchups going. It is just so awesome. There's lots of variety and variations and it's cool micro and it's just fun and good and exciting and I like it. Now, the map is Ahana. Ahana is, again, another one of these maps which I remember when it first came onto the ladder pool, I was like, what is this madness? This map is terrible. Look how narrow it is. Look at how, like, the third base has got rocks blocking it. And then suddenly I was like, grown on me more and more and more to being like, wow, Ahana is amazing. There's so many good games on it. And it's true. It is actually a really good fun map. And a lot of it is due to the fact that this third base isn't super hard to hold, but also quite risky. And then the fourth base becomes a lot more difficult to take, and you end up getting some nice play across this kind of center area here, and you've got this nice little choke in the center which can add some fun things. You've got this big cliff which allows some dropping to go on, but drops aren't like super insanely overpowered due to loads of dead space. And you've got the third base which is really prone to drops because of all this dead space. It's just cool and fun and I like it, and I'm slightly hyperactive as well. I think I put too much sugar in my cup of tea because of course being British I love my tea. Anyway, looking down here in terms of openings, we've got Shen with one Rax and a Gas that is up against Classics Remarks, one Gateway and a Gas. So these two could be said they're copying each other in their builds, making completely different buildings, but of course those buildings are the equivalent of each other. So this is all pretty good fun. Looking around, obviously a very early scout came out here from Remark, so he is clearly slightly concerned about what's going on. A good little move here by Shen, just dropping down that supply depot and then just basically finishing off the barracks to make a complete wall off, denying the scouting information. And for those of you who are in the lower leagues of StarCraft, and even some of you in the higher leagues, the one thing you should always remember, scouting wins you games. If you know what your opponent is doing, you can combat it as best as you know how. You can know how to beat every build in the game, but if you don't know what build you're up against, 9 times out of 10 you're going to do the wrong thing and lose. So scouting is absolutely critical, and I cannot stress that enough, especially in the lower leagues. Don't be afraid to, for Zerg players, sacrifice your overlords, scan quite a bit, etc. Because it's better you know than die to something you're not expecting, basically. So that is a big point I'm going to push at the moment. Looking around the map, though, we've just got really quite passive play from both people. The factory's on its way down. It's hidden down here by Shen. So that is a little bit of a hidden factory. That, again, getting the factory out that early, it could be a 1-1-1 play. It could just be a fast tech up. It could be lots of different things going, but obviously considering there's only the one gas, it's going to be an interesting build and probably not just super tech heavy. Looking here though, at the moment we do of course have the Stalker coming out. The Zealot was already on the field getting a good look around. Second Stalker there as well. Looking around, we've got the SCV hiding. Now Shen, what are you going to do with that SCV? The factory floating down as well. This is getting funky. What is going on? It's always fun when these crazy things start happening. I like it. A bunker down here. And now this again is coming back to why is scouting so important? Because basically, with this bunker down, this Zealot cannot see up here. Basically, that Zealot saw a grand total of that. No idea whether a command center's down or not. Has definitely no clue that Hellions are being produced. Has certainly no clue that a starport is there. He just is probably going to think, okay, there's an expansion down. And obviously, Remark has thrown down his own Nexus. He's getting up a second gas now. He's getting up his own Stargate and second Gateway. So again, we're starting to see some variations in the build. I definitely say at the moment, though, Shen is going to have the element of surprise, which is always a nice thing to have because, again, scouting gives you good knowledge, although that SCV did just get picked off then, trying to get some more scouting information. But, of course, a scan is available. Hasn't been thrown down yet, of course. A lot of stuff in production here. We've got 3 gates in the Stargate with the expansion up. That's going to be up against the 1-1-1 play. As you can see here, the medevac coming in. So it looks like we're going to see those Hellions dropped into the main base, trying to do some damage to the mineral line. And of course, if you pick off enough workers early on, your economy just carries you through to that glorious GG. So obviously, this is going to be really up to Remark to handle well. He's not going to have much scouting information to deal with this. A lot of Marines are going to get picked up very quickly. So actually, it's going to be the Marines, which can go in the Hellions, and then probably going to go to the natural base. So this is really quite aggressive. Now, the watchtower has been taken by Remark. Is that medevac? No, the medevac wouldn't be silly enough to go through there. No, luckily, it's going to miss that. Will the Hellions go around the outside edge? They probably will. They're going to try and sneak up into here. Of course, they're going to wait for the units to get pulled back, but there was a Phoenix there. A second Phoenix will be out, so that medevac could get targeted down exceptionally quickly. So this could be very, very good for Remark, especially considering the two Phoenix are already there. If they spot the medevac quickly enough, it will take an awful lot of damage. So how quickly will that medevac fall? We will wait and see. The Phoenix here, though, already. And, well, we've got the medevac still just trying to drop all of those units. The Marines doing a lot of damage. Now, here comes the Stalkers. The Stalkers are falling back. All of the probes are being pulled down to the gas, just trying to get out of the way. We've got more Stalkers warping in, but here comes the Hellions. The Hellions are going to be dealing huge damage to the Natural. It's going to push the multitasking of Remark literally to the max. The Marines moving forward, the medevac taken down, but here are those Hellions. They are picking off probe after probe after probe, and they're all lining up. This is going to do so much damage. This is absolutely brilliant, but it is getting cleaned up for the moment. A lift goes on one of those Hellions, but still more probes getting taken down. And, well, this has been an incredibly good opening so far. And a grand total of 16 workers taken out here, and that is pretty damn massive. That does push Shen ahead in terms of the worker count. And my goodness, that is going to be frustrating. That Hellion is going to be able to make it up into the main base as well. He's going to be able to get a couple more shots off. Probably won't actually manage to kill another probe. It'd be very lucky if it did. And no, but it does get a good bit of scattering information. Of course, the Phoenix are now known to be there. Look at this production behind this for Shen. He's just like, getting Marines, getting lots and lots of Marines, but I don't like rally points, so I'm just going to leave them all sitting next to the production facility. Down here, of course, we do have the tech lab up on this factory, so it'll be interesting to see what that's used for. A Raven on its way down as well, but here comes the Phoenix. What are the Phoenix going to do? They're going to try and be aggressive, but with so many Marines hugging all around this one base, it's super easy to defend that sort of stuff. So, yeah, this is going to not go too well for Remark. The only advantage he's got right now is that he's got that Nexus down, but in comes the Phoenix. Are they going to take too much damage, or are they going to play it safe? They're going to play it safe for the moment. Of course, those Marines, if they get any kills, would be brilliant. We've got one Banshee out already, a Thor on its way out as well now by Shen, who is really committed to a one-base play. He did good damage to start with, though, and of course, it's still only just behind in terms of the worker count, but when you factor in mules, that means he's going to be very far ahead. Those Phoenix have stopped. This is bad micro right now. One Phoenix down, a second one dies as well, so that is a big, big loss. And if we look at the loss tab, Remark, about 800 resources more loss compared to his opponent, which at this stage of the game is quite a lot. 2 more gateways being added on, the third one there as well. Now takes up to 6 gate with the Stargate. Very few units. Remark really just getting an awful lot of probes out. He has stopped probe production for the moment, though. Looking up, of course, here for Shen. He's just getting those SCVs, but he's super oversaturated, like crazily so. It's basically pointless having that many workers off of one base. He's now moving a whole load of them, so this is going to be an all-in. The repairs are going to be to the max. He's also got quite a few SCVs just sitting around doing nothing, which is really never good. And a great way you can prevent that is that when you build something, shift and set a rally to like a mineral patch or something, and then as soon as the SCVs finish building, you'll run back to that mineral patch like a good little worker should, and then you do not have to worry about leaving basically workers sitting around doing nothing. Now, obviously we've got an awful lot of Zealots there, a couple of Stalkers, more Zealots warping in. Those Phoenix are going to be quite powerful. We've got a Void Ray coming in as well. Looking here though, was spotted by that Zealot out of the Watchtower, but of course with all those SCVs being pulled, this is a very, very strong build. Looking here, of course, with the Raven and the 2 Banshees, that's fairly potent. A lot of Marines as well. How many Marines do we have in there? 32. This is going to be exceptionally tough to hold. If we look at the army supply, it's pretty equal, though. That Thor getting a couple of shots off. Those Stalkers taking huge damage. The Marines going absolutely to town. The Banshee is still there. We do have some damage going in absolutely everywhere for the moment. The Phoenix is taken down exceptionally quickly. And now it's really just a case of can this all clean up. The Thor, of course, will get repaired. The Banshee's getting repaired as well. The Banshee doing good damage. I believe one has been taken out already. The point defense drone there as well, helping absolutely massively. And it looks for the moment that Shin is doing an absolutely amazing job. The second Thor coming into this mix right now. Everything getting repaired up. No energy on that Raven yet. Needs about another 8 in order to get down a auto turret, but I don't think that'll be shut down for the moment. That Void Wave taking some big hits from the Thors, which of course just repairing up like complete bosses. And this is a very, very strong build out of Shen. And Remark looks like he is just not going to be able to hold it for the moment. He's losing so many probes. He's already down to less workers than his opponent. The only thing is that Shen hasn't expanded behind this, so if this doesn't work out for him, he's going to be in such a major problem. Both Thors now taken down. The Raven probably going to get picked up as well. The only thing, plus side is, of course, the Banshee is still up. It's doing some good damage, but so many SCVs were pulled there, so, of course, that's lost mining time. And the SCV's trying to run away. It looks like Remark has taken the advantage. Now the Thor on its way back, the Banshee on its way back, nearly mined out of this main base here. That is going to be a problem. This is why you should always look at expanding rather than going for a complete all-in. But Remark, he's going to go for the counterattack, and to be honest, I'm not sure the counterattack's the best move because he is ahead in workers still, he's ahead in a base, and obviously as a result of that, why rush it? Why take a risk? Why not just play it safe? He's picking off a couple more SCVs though. In total though, 23 workers killed by Shen compared to the 12 of Remark. Another Thor is nearly done. More Marines coming out. That Void Ray taking quite a bit of damage. The Banshee could get focused down by those two Stalkers in the Void Ray, but a very, very defensive position for Shen at the moment. And just as I think he should be, we see here Shen pulling back, playing more defensive. He's getting the workers out. He's doing a good job. He's up to 36 to the 27 of the Terran. And well, this is not looking fun. I mean, this main base nearly mined out. Shen is going to have to come all down to another big push, but of course the longer this goes on, the worse it gets. The robotics facility nearly finished for the Protoss player. That means we're going to have an Observer out. We've also got the option to get some Immortals out to help deal with those Thors even better. The Observer actually being skipped purely in favor of getting that Immortal out. He knows exactly what his opponent's doing. He knows there is no expansion down there. And, well, that is just happy times for Classic Remark. And, well, obviously 2 Thors is not a huge danger. The supply advantage going to Remark at the moment. He's got a lot of units out. He is just happily getting those Immortals. He's kind of got 2 Void Rays, so not getting any more at the moment. That's a good kind of mix. And yeah, this is going to be exceptionally tough. The only real option here is, well, long range mining going down. That command center actually floating. So this is still going to be a 1 base play. He's just moving his base, which is pretty funky, pretty unusual. We've got the 3 Thors, an awful lot of Marines, a lot of SCVs being pulled as well, but as you can see, just a huge advantage in terms of the worker count there for Remark, who should have up, well, at least 1 more Immortal, and before this push hits, he should actually get the 3rd one pretty close if he does Chrono Boosted. So hopefully those Chrono Boosts will come out because that'll make a big difference to this match. He's getting more Warpins. Obviously those Immortals going to help hugely against the Thors. The Marines will try to focus down the Immortals only if they are successful. That'll be good, but as you can see from the numbers, this push less strong than the first one, which Remark easily beat. And also you can see here Remark 26 odd supply ahead in terms of army. So this is going to be a very tough push for the Terran player. The SCV's leading the charge to try and soak up some damage, and Remark there being like, come up bro, come at me. And here we go, we've got the 3rd Immortal out as well. Now that's going to help massively. 1 Thor falls. The Marines are doing a good job. They are getting pinged down in the corner though. The 2nd and 3rd now Thor falls, and that is going to be GG. Shen has lost all of his supply, and Remark wins that quite comfortably. Shen doesn't even GG, but Remark, that was actually really impressive play by him, so congrats. It was very well done. And yeah, that was a fun game. It shows some super aggression. It was 17 minutes of basically pure aggression and a 1 base play from the Terran. So anyway guys, if you did enjoy the cast, then do please subscribe. I get new games up daily. Like the video, leave a cool comment, and I will catch you tomorrow for yet another new game. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.